Jay-Z, you know the chop. Ayazahab, badness no sad. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot casket stay, boy. You must see one back this spray. When the map stick raise that big straight. Shot misplaced. The key them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We no take drape up. We no take beat up, we no stay up. And when the next day come, we no change up. My heart them bad as them wake up. AK boss boy head top shake up. So tell a pussy hold down violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till miss a dead face you straight up. Great stuff, one West Link bigger than NATO. Man we boss it to NATO. Only man we afraid that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15 and AR rounds. AR-15s and AR rounds. AR-15s and let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot gasket stay, boy. You must see one Baptist spray. When the map stick raise that lick straight. Shot misplaced. The teeth them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds.
Prepare for war, just in case it's time to even the score. Say my name 3 times and I kick in the front door. No, I ain't greedy, but I'm hungry and I'm hunting for more. See, I'm a beast, bloody knuckle on all 4 with the gore. I see the ops watching, low clips, review my options. Close range with the shotty, put a hole in his body. Or should I walk up with the Glock, proceed to open his top? Either way, scope an infrared beam. It's a dead shot, pressure is really nothing. I come equipped with the drama. Disrespect, I send my niggas on the flight like Osama. Run your mouth, you might be talking through a tube to your mama. Here's the point, I ain't the type of nigga to be saying that I'ma do anything I damn sure wouldn't do. Your people talking real loud, but I'm aiming for you. Luke Skywalker, I'll be back to get your 2 live crew. So while it's popping, you shaking and you don't know what to do. Know those rounds for you. Pain. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fuck niggas beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah. Pain. Yeah. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fucking devils beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah. With all my might, with all insight, I stay watching for enemies at the height of the night. Wanna catch me slipping, I know when my trigger finger is itching. I'm under mission, beating these pussies into submission. That king shit, that clap my hands twice when I mean shit. I'm on the block, calling for the rock on some fiend shit. A smooth criminal, I'm Mike J on some lean shit. Died and came back, for my people redeem shit. Devils losing their mind and now they crossing the line. Till a fist goes in your mouth and it comes out with your spine. Out of all the trees you can climb, you devils barking a vine. We still hanging from trees and still holding up signs. For my niggas, it ain't no mystery. I gotta shed blood, and if it's us against the world, then I'm coming with slugs. I got my arms stretched out, but I ain't reaching for hugs. All that love is for the matrix, so it's time to unplug the pain. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fuck niggas beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah. Pain. done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fucking devils beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white man. Need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, ask you to stop and ask you to prophets. About to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. Oh, he cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the hoes in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settle. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world and know boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, Jeremiah, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prophets. With step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Therefore will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. ISUPK presents Ask Ye the Prophets weekly podcast.
Every race in the movie.
We are not to trust. We are not to trust your cousin, and we are not to trust the other.
Send in your questions to AskYeTheProphets@gmail.com or Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook. And your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom. He's speaking of his own.
The white man made himself be the Egyptians and the Israelites. And the virgins. Every race in the movie. Christ. Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Akwaf, Yum. Welcome to another episode of Ask Ye the Prophets. The water for tuning in. You know, we're going to get it in. Got a lot of things, man, been going on. Everybody been seeing the news and seeing, these trials going on with these racist bastards hurting and killing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to touch base I'm going to touch base on the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. We're going to talk about those. We're going to talk about these elected officials that hate you so much. It's the same old thing over and over again, but it never gets old because it's always happening fresh. And then they always apologize, but then they do it right back to back, do it again. You understand? We being oppressed by everybody from the president all the way down, man, to the Senate, the House, the congressmen, goddamn mayors, governors, the judge, the bailiff, the police, everybody, the lawyers. Everything is attacking us, man. The regular American citizen is attacking black and brown people, man. We are at war, and a lot of us are still asleep, man. I want to go to a video I saw Barack Obama, man. This was started it all. This was made white America say, you know what? We're going to step up our game. These, of course, they didn't call us brown people. They called us something else. They said these brown people looking at Barack Obama with his brown skin, you understand, they don't differentiate him from us. You understand? Although he's not an Israelite, he's a Hamite, biblically, a Hamite, which is an African, an indigenous African. We are not indigenous Africans, African-American people. They just label us that. They label us African-American, Afro-American, black. But you are the tribe of Judah, man. You are the Israelites. You understand? And when Barack Obama was president, he insulted the hell out of Donald Trump, pissed Donald Trump off. That's what made Donald Trump run for election. And that's what made racist white America said, you know what? I ain't hiding in the closet no more. I'm coming out and I'm showing the world how I feel. You understand? Right. Barack Obama could talk mess against a white man in America. They was highly offended, man. Highly offended from the top all the way down to your regular white citizen. You understand? And they call it roasting. He roasted Trump on national TV. You understand? And Trump ain't had the power to do nothing then. But he said, you know what? He got with his racists afterward, I'm sure. The whole KKK got on the phone. They had their little council. Said, man, we need you to run. We need you to beat this N-word. You understand? We need you to beat him. And he went and ran. But Barack Obama, he was done his term. That was his second term, so he couldn't run. And the Democrats made the biggest mistake they could ever make and put a woman up to run against this cat, Donald Trump. You understand? And so that ain't, they just ain't ready for no women. The white man runs this earth, man. You understand? And Hillary is too, it's too much for them. They know they wasn't going to let her in there. You understand? Even people that didn't like Donald Trump said, well, I'll show how you voted for Hillary Clinton. You understand? And he won. And he brought out all the races. The KKK was happy. All the white nationalists, they were happy. Everybody, all the racist bike gangs, they was talking about it. They couldn't wait. They even said they don't want to comment nationally until the election is over. They don't want nobody to know that the racists is well behind Trump. They're going to shut their mouth on purpose until after the election. Then they're going to cheer and have a ball and have fun. This is what started it all. You got that video queued up? That email? Let's listen to what Barack Obama said when he was president back in 2011. And listen, and mind you, stop, pause it for a second. And mind you, this was the time where Donald Trump was coming in, Barack Obama also trying to question whether he was even an American, trying to get him impeached. You understand? Saying he wasn't even American, man. They call it the birther. You understand? The whole birther thing, where he was questioning the legality of Barack Obama even being president. You understand? Was pissed Barack Obama off. That Hamite was upset. You understand? And then came and started to ridicule Donald Trump professionally, of course, in a joking way. You understand? But everybody knew, you know what I'm saying? And he was coming at Trump next. You understand? And pissed white America off. You understand? Half of the country that love Trump and love their racism and want to get back to the Archie Bunker days. Y'all know the song. Those were the days with Archie Bunker. Slave days, you understand? The days where Negroes, black and brown, couldn't look them in the eye. or we'd be punished. You understand? Them days where they free to say what they want, beat us when they want, rape us when they want. They want those days back. You understand? That's what make America great again means. Get back to those days, those slave days where these Negroes ain't got so much power, where brown people can't say what the hell they want in our country. That's how they feel. You understand? And so when he pissed Barack Obama off, Barack Obama came in Trump neck, and it rose up the South again. You understand? It rose up the South. So now, ever since then, America's been split and been at war with each other, man. Republicans, Democrats, those Southern Confederate loving Americans against them Northern Americans who want the South to shut up because they won the war back then. And they thought it was done. You understand? They made fun of the South. Like, y'all still in love with a Confederate flag. Y'all still in love. You know y'all lost. You know you bigging up a loser flag. Why be loser? Why be loser? But lo and behold, here go the South, man. They raise it up again. You understand? They rising up and getting more power and more power and more power. You understand? You can play the video. Colonel Custer.
At the White House Correspondents' Dinner. What a week. As some of you heard, the state of Hawaii released my official long-form birth certificate. Hopefully, this puts all doubts to rest.
So now he coming saying, you know, they released his birth certificate. He got proof that he is an American against what Donald Trump is pushing out to all the racist Americans.
Tonight, for the first time, I am releasing my official birth video.
Pause it for a second. Now, birth video, of course, he's saying that just to mock Trump. I know Black Israelites, we probably don't understand this political Edomite language, but what he's saying he's going to release his birther video as a mockery to Trump, as a mockery to show that, you know, Donald Trump is a fool. You understand? There's no such thing as your birth video. You understand? But he's trying to make a joke. You'll see. Go ahead.
Now, I warn you, no one has seen this footage in 50 years. Not even me. But let's take a look.
You just get forward a little bit. So what he's showing right now, he's showing the Lion King when Simba was born. You understand? Like, Simba was the new king, the one in charge, and he's a Hamite. And all that was in Africa. They playing the African music, whatever the songs are, you understand? So and they playing the Hamite music, and Barack Obama mocking Trump, saying, here's my birther video. I'm like Simba, the new king in charge. How you like that? You understand? When African songs playing, piss Trump off, man. So continue after the video. Colonel Concert. So this is Edomite humor, by the way. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. Back to square one. I want to make clear to the Fox News table, that was a joke.
Stop. And so what he just said, he want to make clear to Fox that was a joke, because Fox is a racist news channel. You understand? They ain't scared to admit it. And they support Trump. They were supporting Trump at the time. And he said that, trying to say that Fox News is stupid as hell because they will believe that was really his birth video. He's mocking them. You understand? He's mocking white people. Go ahead. Colonel Concert.
That was not my real birth video. That was a children's cartoon. Call Disney if you don't believe me. They have the original long-form version. There's a vicious rumor floating around that I think could really hurt Mitt Romney. I heard he passed universal health care when he was governor of Massachusetts. Someone should get to the bottom of that. And I know just the guy to do it, Donald Trump.
Now he's about to go in on Trump.
Now I know that he's taken some flack lately, but no one is happier, no one is prouder
than the Donald. That's mocking in itself, calling him the Donald.
Focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we...
He's sitting there steaming. He read his head. Damn, you can see the red from here. That orange.
And where are Biggie and Tupac?
Listen, go back a little bit. Now you're making fun of Trump, trying to call him stupid in an Edomite professional way.
Moon landing. Focusing on the issues that matter.
That's good.
Like, did we fake the moon landing?
So he's saying Trump is one of them idiots who think
what really happened in Roswell?
Moon landing or the aliens.
And where are Biggie and Tupac?
Who killed Biggie and Tupac? He mocking Trump, telling them he's stupid. He's stupid because these things are important in his stupid little brain.
All kidding aside, obviously we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience.
Pause.
For example,
so now he said, well, I'm just joking. We all know about your credentials and your experience. And so they laugh because they know Trump really got no damn experience in a damn thing. You understand? Or no credentials in politics or none of that. Or knowing how the world is ran. You understand? Read, and now you're about to bring out an example. Go ahead.
No, seriously, just recently in an episode of Celebrity Apprentice, at the steakhouse, the men's cooking team did not impress the judges from Omaha Steaks.
So now you're making fun of Donald Trump's show. You understand? Making fun of his show, just saying like Trump is in this arena trying to compete with him, and he's a politician, professional politician, and Barack Obama views himself as smart, and the world view him as smart. You understand? And they all know that Donald Trump is just an idiot who had a dumbass TV show. So he's mocking the show now. Go ahead.
And there was a lot of blame to go around, but you, Mr. Trump, recognized that the real problem was a lack of leadership. And so ultimately you didn't
stop for a second. And now he said Donald Trump recognized that the problem was a lack of leadership. You understand? Because Trump because he was coming at Barack Obama like he wasn't a true leader, and he's not a good leader. So now Barack Obama's flipping on him and said Donald Trump knows what a true leader is, and talking about his show at the same time. Go ahead.
John or Meatloaf, you fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that will keep me up at night.
Stop. So now you're talking about the Cook show and Meatloaf and different things. Trump fired people. Trump had a show where you're fired, right? He fired a lot of people on the show, and that was the big thing. You understand? Because he was in charge. So Barack Obama was just making fun of Donald Trump, saying that that's the extent of his wisdom. He can get on a TV show and fire people for doing the wrong things. You understand? But as far as getting in politics and challenging him, he's saying without saying it that Donald Trump is out of his league because he's an idiot and I'm smart. Go ahead. And the crowd is loving it, pissing Donald Trump off and all his racist buddies, pissing them off.
Well handled, sir. Well handled.
Well handled.
Say what you will about Mr. Trump. He certainly would bring some change to the White House. Let's see what we've got up there.
Now they're making fun of him because he owned the casinos and everything. He he turned the White House into a casino. You go in there and shoot craps. Good, no sweat. So that's what started it all. That's what got the ball rolling. That's what made Trump say, you know what, I'm gonna beat this nigga. I gotta beat it. I'm gonna get up in there and I'm gonna take over and I'm gonna show him. And he got in office and did exactly that. The only thing is we caught the brunt of it because he treated us like Barack Obama was one of us, but you know what I'm saying? But he was not one of us. You understand? It's just, you know, he awoken a beast. It was, you know, in the shadows for a while. You understand? But then once this happened and once Donald Trump won, you understand, Donald Trump, he wasn't scared to be Donald Trump. He allowed white America to stand up and say, well, we ain't scared either. We can be racist. And I'm gonna go into a few stories, you know, as proof of that. You understand? Racism is alive and well in America. You understand? And if anybody, I ain't heard them say it yet because it's so silly to say. But for years, a while ago, they used to always say, we pull a race card. Black people pull a race card. Oh, you're just pulling the race card. They say it about white people too. When they bring up, you know, the truth about what their people do to us, they say, oh, you're playing the race card. Nobody brought up race. Why are you bringing up race? Race plays a part in everything. Right. In everything. From A to Z. Race is a big part of it. You understand? Race, you know, how you feel about how white people feel about race, how our oppressor feels about race can destroy your life. It can destroy your life, man. You understand? Then they like to say, and when we talk about it, when we complain about it, they act like, you know, well, you're racist because you guys keep bringing up race. No, we're not racist. Once again, we always say it, we don't have the power to be racist. In order to be racist, you got to have some power to hurt the people that you're racist against. You got to have the power to hurt and affect the lives of the people who you hate. We don't have that power. We can hate Donald Trump all we want. We ain't going to affect his life one bit. We can hate the people who killed Ahmaud Arbery all we want, but we really have no power to affect their lives, man. Again, that's up to other oppressors. Their own people who, because of the spotlight, got to do the right thing and try, at least make it appear that they're going to put them on trial and see what's going on. I'm you know, and the result ain't never guaranteed. We look at these murders and look at how they treat us, and it's like open and shut. Look, there it go on video. Before we had all these cameras and things, it was like, man, we need to get this on video, and then the world will see. Now we got video and cameras everywhere, and the world is seeing. But what black people didn't know is what we've been telling them since 1969. Right. This animal does not see things the way we see. His definition of mercy is not what we think is mercy. You understand? We watch the same thing, the same murders. We hear the same arguments back and forth. And we like, surely with this video, you really ain't got to say much. Listen, that's what Hillary Clinton thought. Hillary Clinton ran against Donald Trump back then, and Donald Trump was walking around while she talking. He walking around, rolled up all behind her real close, and he was damn near circling her like he was a predator, because he was. And she turned around and looking at everybody talking like Donald Trump is weird. What is he doing? He's walking around on stage like he's supposed to stay behind his podium, and the Democrats stay behind their podium and they pose their verbal arguments. But while she posing hers, he walking away from the podium all behind her and around her, like pacing around. It was real different and real weird, and Hillary thought she had it, man. He would say something silly and stupid, and she would say, I don't have to say a word to that. And they thought they had it in a box because of how stupid he was and how stupid he sounded when they talked. But what they didn't realize is that the South is back. And the South don't care that Donald Trump is stupid. They don't care that Donald Trump lies. They don't care that you know he lied. They're going to stand behind that devil because he'll bring the Confederate flag back. He'll bring lynchings back and whips back. You see, they just found a woman in Maryland. They reported hanging, man, 70-year-old black woman hanging in Maryland, lynched. Lynched. They just saw the Border Patrol recently on film whipping black people, man. Whipping them with whips. Whipping Israelites. So whipping is back, lynching is back, all of it is back, man. A whole murder is back. They thought that because Donald Trump was dumb, that surely he can't beat me. That's the arrogancy of half of white America, man, half of our oppressors. Now they at war with them old, they call them bubbas. Donald Trump is a bubba, you understand? But them bubbas is taking the hell over. They love their trucks and their Confederate flags and their motorcycles and their skulls, you understand? They love it all, and they all love Donald Trump. You understand?
Sir,
Go ahead.
Keep bringing out just so heavy, and we've done stories on this. We did a story on Black Watch about that Alabama. I believe he was the governor or mayor. He was a high-ranking official, and he was just comfortable. You know what I mean? While the brother was talking, and he was talking about the mayor. I believe it was the governor. He was talking about the mayor, who's a brother, and talking about his wife because she was arguing with him. And he turned around, was like, "Is there a house nigger in there?" Like Esau is really showing they behind, man. What Jeremiah is bringing out is so heavy. Another story we did a week ago, they said we don't want no more of these Negro preachers in here for this Abood Alberry cake. We need more bubbas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go ahead. That's it.
Yeah, right. You can. And I can't remember that's one of the stories, but yes, man.
Mm-hmm.
The lawyer said, he said, we don't want no more black pastors in here, because and it wasn't the pastor that he was against. It was just this black love. Mm-hmm. All this black love from famous people that are well known. You know, they got a lot of followers and people behind them. You know, he don't want to influence the jury. You understand? They don't want that. That ain't normal in white America. You understand? Have black people showing us strength, some solidarity. You understand? Having black people come together and show some force. He don't like it, man. And then it was so much, he said it out loud. Now, of course, because now you got to be politically correct and all the black movements and all that there, he had to come back and apologize like what they always do. Right. Oh, I'm sorry I called him a nigger. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said it. If I offended anyone, Negro, what you apologize for? You know you offended people. But if I offended anyone, I want to apologize. I didn't mean it that way. He can go snicker in the background. You understand? Because he didn't made his point. Go to that next story. The former Trump advisor.
Sir.
Michael Flynn. This is a story about Michael Flynn piggybacking off of what we just brought out, what Yediah brought out was so heavy. Like they showing their face again, man. Our oppressor, he wants slave days back. What they wrote on that dollar bill, y'all remember that? That are all them little signs in Latin trying to bring forth the one world order, the new world order. They still trying to get that, man. And now that they bolder after Donald Trump, now they can really try to push it and talk about it, man. Listen to what Michael Flynn said.
Former Trump advisor Michael Flynn, U.S. should have one religion.
Former what? Trump advisor? He used to work for Trump. He down with Trump. He used to advise Trump, right? He said the whole country should now have one religion. I mean, get rid of all of you who don't want to submit to that white Jesus. They ready to get rid of you, man. They ready to get rid of everybody. That's what he's trying to propose. And now, when they proposing something like this, he wouldn't propose this if he didn't know he had a lot of people that are backing him up. A lot of people that feel the same way. He putting it out there just to start the ball rolling, because it's going to be a lot of backlash, a lot of talking about that, a lot of hatred. But man, a lot of people going to get on board and say, you know what, I agree. Maybe it'll be more peaceful. They'll come up with reasons why it should be one religion and all that. And if you don't like their white Jesus, you can get the hell out of their country. That's what it'll go to. You understand? He said one religion. Go ahead.
Michael Flynn, who was briefly national security advisor under former President Donald Trump, said the United States should have a single religion.
Mm-hmm.
If we are going to have one nation under God, which we must have to have one religion, Flynn said during a speech at the Reawaken America conference in San Antonio, Texas on Saturday night.
They was reawakening America, man. They trying to bring them days back, man. One world order. They really want one race. You understand? But the one religion is just a start. He got to put it out there. He's not going to get resistance on it, but to put it out there is beginning. That's the start, man. You understand? Can you pull up that dollar bill with the symbol of that eagle? Look at Novus Ordo Seclorum. I'm gonna go into that dollar bill, trying to bring in the New World Order. You understand? And all the little secret society symbols on that dollar bill. I'm not going to go into all of them, just a few of them, because this, of course, this goes right back to their attempt at the New World Order. You understand? And all those symbols on that dollar bill. You got the Novus Ordo Seclorum. You got the Annuit Coeptis. You understand? And what's that other one? I'll get it. Oh, Pluribus Unum. E Pluribus Unum. All on a dollar bill. You know, their secret way of communicating throughout the ages. Because black people wasn't supposed to figure that out. We don't read any goddamn way. We don't care what's on the money. You understand? Until the ISUPK start bringing all these things up. You understand? To black people. Let me know once you got it. No sweat. You got the image? No sweat. I don't know if you can blow it up, but I'll read it. Bring up the one that says first Novus Ordo Seclorum. You able to blow it up? Yeah, I think it's on them ribbons right above the eagle. Come right above the eagle. Come right above that eagle on them ribbons. I think this particular phrase is written. Those are the images that you sent me. Yes, right there. So you see them ribbons? The ribbons right on top of that. I'm gonna blow it up right now. Cut. I'm blowing it up right now. Sir. No sweat. And this is and Novus Ordo Seclorum. You understand? It says in the United States, it's the new Random House. In the new Random House Unabridged Dictionary, it's a Latin phrase that means new order of the ages is born. That's a translation from the Latin. You understand? New order, new world order, new order of the ages is born. Can't get it. Okay, cut. What does that say? Oh, that's the Pluribus Unum. Cut. I got that too. E Pluribus Unum. It says, out of many, one. You understand? That was the motto of the U.S. You understand? E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many come one, meaning you got many religions in America, but they want to consolidate this to one. You understand? Originally, they were saying it's because all people from all walks of life come together and be one, but they don't really want all people here. You understand? They want the supreme race here. You understand? One race. And they want everybody to submit to their God. Now, so that's the E Pluribus Unum. Now flip it to the other side that you had earlier. Yeah, come. So out of many, they trying to get one. You understand? One world order, one religion, one nation, one God, everything. And now, if you don't get down with it, they rather have you gone. You understand? They'd rather have you gone. On the other side of that bill, they got the Novus Ordo Seclorum. Once again, meaning a new order of ages is born. Right, that triangle around there. You see it on the bottom, right? On the bottom of the pyramid, on that curved ribbon, Novus Ordo Seclorum. You understand? A new order of the age is born. And then you see above the pyramid, right? Annuit Coeptis. That's classical Latin. You understand? It says it's one of two mottos that's on the reverse of the Great Seal. They call that eagle the Great Seal of the United States. The Lord called that eagle, called Esau or Edomites. Their symbol is that eagle. You understand? Because they're predators. They look down on their prey and swoop down on you and they got you. The literal translation of Annuit Coeptis means favors or has favor. Our undertaking. It's from the Latin annuo, which means I approve or I favor, and the coeptum meaning commencement or undertaking, because of its text as a caption above the eye of providence. That's what they call that eye of providence, which is Satan. That's what that eye of providence is. I'll read that. It says the eye of providence, or they also call it the all-seeing eye of their God, is a symbol that depicts an eye often enclosed in a triangle and surrounded by rays of light of glory, meant to represent the divine providence. That's them honoring Satan. He's the all-seeing eye of their God, Satan. You understand? So it said that caption above the eye of providence, the standard translation are providence favors our undertaking, meaning Satan approves of our undertaking or our takeover when they murdered and pillaged and slaughtered to steal these lands. They thank Satan for doing it. You understand? Providence has favored our undertaking. That's what that means. Annuit coeptis. You understand? It's Latin. Them thanking Satan for taking over this place. And so now they're ready to move forward with the New World Order. You understand? Michael Flynn bringing it out. You understand? They bringing it out. They getting bolder and bolder. You're going to see it talked about more. You understand? You're going to see it talked about a lot more. And it's dividing America, and they going back into civil war. This place going to go back into civil war. You understand? It's close. We real close. Go. Let me show you something else. Go to that next. Let me see which one I want. Go to the next story. You can go to the Senate, McCloskey. Come on, cousin. They coming out of the closet, man. Right. You ain't got to question, is America racist no more? Please, give me a break. You understand? Give me a break. And listen, don't say, well, it ain't all of them. It's how about the Democrats? Democrats is racist too. They battling the Trump supporters and the Republicans, not for us. They battling for their own game. You understand? They got things to lose. You understand? Just like when during the actual Civil War, when the North fought the South, that wasn't a war to love us and make us better. That was the North fighting the South because they realized the South was including all their slaves in their numbers. And the bigger numbers you got in politics, the more representatives you get. So the North said, no, we got to free them slaves, or they're gonna be, they're gonna be the representatives, and we not. And they're gonna mess with our power and mess with our money. So they went to war in the name of freeing the slaves and fighting against that. But really it was so that the South wouldn't become stronger than them. And that's all it is now. The Democrats and the Republicans fighting for power. You understand? You the prize. If the Democrats win, we still the slaves. Right. If the Republicans win, we still the slaves. You understand? But one thing both of them are doing, they coming out the closet, man. They coming out the closet. This is a candidate for Senate. He's running for senator right now. Right now. And listen, keep in mind, this guy, McCloskey, him and his wife are the ones you saw on CNN last year during the protest, who was standing there with shotguns and rifles pointed at the black protesters, all the protesters, really, when they was protesting, against, police brutality. They stood in front of their house and had rifles pointing at them, pointing at the protesters. You know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't having this N-word stuff on their watch. They wasn't going to come violate their home or their block or none of that. You understand? And that didn't stop him from being nominated, as a candidate for senator. He running for office. Hell, some of the January 6th rioters, and that's treason. That's treason. They stormed the Capitol. They fought against the American government. Some of them are running for office, man, right now as we speak. This is America, man. They tired of hiding. They tired of hiding how they feel about us. Tired of hiding what they want America to be. You understand? They tired of hiding their racism. You got that story? Computer. Go ahead.
U.S. Senate candidate McCloskey shows support for Rittenhouse.
Right. He is showing support for Kyle Rittenhouse. You understand? Even though he murdered two people, shot another one. You understand? Carrying a rifle in a whole other city where he don't belong. You understand? He fought against them protesters for police brutality and the protesters for what's happening to black people. He went against them, and that's what he came for. He said he was there to protect businesses. Why? Because the rumor is black people like to burn up businesses when they mad after the police kill us. So he went there just to, maybe he could pick a few of us off from burning them buildings. Maybe he could shoot a couple of us and it'd be justified with white America. You understand? He supports Kyle Rittenhouse and all that he's done. And he's a senator, a candidate for senator. Imagine that. It ain't no backlash. It ain't no whoa. You support him. You understand, his trial ain't even over. He could be guilty. He could be guilty. Well, you don't care and you supporting him. Maybe you ain't the right person to be an American politician, a senator at that. But in America, he's the perfect candidate to be senator. He hates black people. He hates anybody who supports black people. He loves the ones that murder the ones that support black people, or march for them, or even seem like they're a bunch of nigger lovers. Right. You understand? He supports them, and he's running for Senate, man. Read a little bit more.
Khan. Republican Mark McCloskey, a candidate for the U.S. Senate in Missouri, was photographed Tuesday outside the Wisconsin courthouse where Kyle Rittenhouse was on trial for the murder with two people flashing a sign associated with white supremacists.
Right, and now he on who they said the senator. He was in that picture right there. You see the picture with the candidate for senator, right? He's standing next to two white racist nationalists, man, white nationalists, and they holding up that KKK, that white nationalist symbol with their fingers. That's a white racist symbol. And this guy running for senator is standing right next to them, loving them, supporting Kyle Rittenhouse, and guess what? Ain't nothing gonna happen to him. He gets no backlash. This is the America we living in, man. Y'all better wake up. Get that wolf from in front of your eyes, man. You better wake up. Scripture said, it's high time to awake out of sleep, man. This is what's going on. These white nationalists been all up in the government. They sitting on the benches, calling themselves judges. You understand? They've been running our lives, man, and incarcerating us and putting us in cages, man, and ordering our death. You understand? They've been doing this while you worrying about the damn baby and him arguing with some hoe. While you worrying about a whole bunch of other stuff, man. It does not affect us, does not free us, help us move forward as a people, bring us closer to our God, anything. That's what's on our mind. You understand? What hoe you go watch on whatever is it WhatsApp? All the more damn internet vices to watch these nasty whores, man. Mm-hmm. While the KKK, the white racist nationalist, is taking over this government to further oppress you and plotting to force you to let go of your God and worship their white God. All these things are in the mix and in the plot, man, while we getting high. You want to smoke weed and dumb yourself down. You understand? Watch a few of our classes and think you got it now. How? You understand? We got to wake up, man. We got to wake up. Right. This cat is running for Senate, and he openly hates black people. He's standing next to they holding up the white racist sign, and he's standing next to them loving it. Mm-hmm. You understand? Let me get the next story. Get the police. Where the police shot that young girl. Again, and when these racists are in charge, they create these laws, man. They create laws that let them get away with murder, and we don't get a break. And we don't get a break, man. This is an incredible story reflecting some of the barbaric and barbaric laws that America has that are out to get us, man. These laws ain't enforced and put on white Americans, but we suffer from these laws. You understand? Whenever you're ready. No sweat.
The police fatally shot a young girl. 2 teenagers are charged with murder.
So let's see what this is about. Go ahead.
Khan. It began, prosecutors say, with 2 teenage boys carrying a grudge between them and the guns to settle it, exchanged gunfire outside a high school football stadium.
So they had a high school football game, right? Outside the stadium, they start arguing. These are 2 brothers. 2 Israelites start arguing, right? Both of them carrying guns because it ain't illegal to have a gun, as long as you got a license. So who knows if they legally had the gun? They didn't mention it was illegal. I'm sure they would have if it was illegal, because they like to put all the illegal business of our people out first, so that the world can judge them from the beginning as guilty. You understand? So these two brothers arguing with each other. They had guns, both of them, and they start shooting at each other. You understand? Trying to kill each other. Go ahead.
Colin McCon. Outside of a high school football stadium, just as a game was winding down in the suburbs of Philadelphia, it ended with the death of an 8-year-old girl named Fanta Bidley, killed not by the two boys, but by a barrage of bullets unleashed by 3 officers on the scene.
So now 3 police is on the scene while these two brothers are shooting at each other. 3 police. And they start just shooting and blasting wherever they think the shots are coming from. You're going to read. You understand? They start shooting and blasting, and they end up murdering a young girl, man. How old is she?
8 years old.
They end up murdering an 8-year-old sister. This the police. Go ahead.
Colin McCon.
So the brothers, they can't be trying to kill each other. Wait a minute. You can't kill each other out here. Pow, 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 pow. But they can go kill an 8-year-old girl, right? It ain't right that the two brothers trying to kill each other. You understand? They in hell in America, getting high, most likely. You understand? In hell under oppressor, don't know how to resolve an issue because they're not in the ISUPK, and they start to try to murder each other, right? But the answer to the police is, hey, stop it. No murder is allowed. And they go to murder everything. A barrage of bullets. Go ahead.
But by a barrage of bullets unleashed by the 3 officers on the scene, who began firing towards a car they mistakenly believed that was the source of the gunshots.
You hear that? So they shot up this car that they thought was the source. They just come to a decision. Hey, it sounds like that car. Get up. And unleash a barrage of bullets, man, on this car and murdered this sister, man. Murdered this sister who ain't have nothing to do with it. You understand? Go ahead.
Colin. Now, more than 2 months after the fatal police shooting that shook the small town of Sharon Hill, criminal charges have been brought in the case, but not against the 3 officers, but the teenage boys who have been charged with first-degree murder.
See that? First-degree murder is when you plot to kill somebody and you kill them. It's like premeditated murder. Now, they didn't premeditate to kill this girl. You understand? But they still getting charged with it, even though the police mistakenly shot into the little girl's vehicle, man. The vehicle that the little girl was in. You understand? These are the laws. And once again, senators make laws. They're the ones who make your laws. They sit together, the senators, and they, it's 3 branches of government. You got the president and his, what is that? What is the president? Go ahead. Executive, right? The executive branch, the judicial branch is with the Supreme Court there, and then the what's the third? Legislative. For why they got a scholar in here, boys. You understand? The legislative branch, man. That's what the senators do, who make the laws. They make the laws, and these laws are made for us. And listen, you best believe when the police are in this predicament, they go all out because, boy, they get to kill somebody. They get to kill a Negro. They get to kill an Israelite. They love it, man. They hear the gunshots, they get the report, and they just unload because they know they ain't going to have to answer for none of this. They ain't going to have to answer for none of they kill. They can get an extra body, they can have it, and they'll put it on the people who they don't like. They'll put it on who they say started it. These brothers didn't start you shooting into that car. They didn't start that. They shooting at each other. They're not shooting at the police. You understand? But again, in America, these are the type of laws are made. And these are the type of laws that are enforced on black and brown people. You understand? These brothers in a righteous society, they should be dealt with for trying to murder each other. That's wrong. You understand? It's a way to work it out. And these police should have to pay for their mistake. What these 2 brothers did was they shouldn't have did that, man. It was wrong. It was wrong for them to try to shoot at each other, man. But it was also wrong for the police to shoot into a car, assuming that that's where the problem was. and they murdered this girl. They should have to pay for that in a righteous society. You understand? But again, we in the place where the providence, the eye of providence resides. We in a place where the all-seeing eye of Satan resides. You understand? Ain't nothing here for us. There's nothing here that's on our side. You understand? Everything is against us. You understand? You got candidates for senator that's standing proudly with racists on the national scene. You understand? You got judges, you understand, that's clearly against us. And we're going to read about that too. You understand? Give me that next story with the, let me get this one real quick. Give me with the FBI investigation. You know, just to show how they plotting in the damn shadows, while once again we smoking weed and popping pills and getting high. Things is going on that you couldn't even imagine, man. That you're not even paying attention to as Israelites. You understand? I thank the Lord for Commander General Yohanan, you know, keeping this truth going, man, and not putting down his sword so that we can be informed, so we can learn in the spirit of the Most High in Christ and see these people for who they are and uncover their plots, man, and prepare for it. Because the average Israelite, the average black and brown person, the average Negro, Hispanic, and Native American Indian walking around in a fog, man. Walking around in a fog trying to sleep off the weed from the night before. Trying to sleep off them pills in the syrup from the night before. You understand? While things like this is going on. Read that story.
FBI investigating vials labeled smallpox found in lab near Philadelphia.
So near Philadelphia, right? The FBI found a whole lab with vials, man, with little vials labeled smallpox. Read why this is significant.
The FBI and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are investigating questionable vials labeled smallpox found in a freezer last night at a Merck facility outside Philadelphia, according to an alert sent to the Department of Homeland Security leadership on Tuesday night.
Read.
Colonel Khan, sir. There were reportedly a total of 15 questionable vials, according to the unclassified for official use only alert, a copy of which was obtained by Yahoo News. 5 of the vials were labeled as smallpox and 10 were labeled as vaccination.
So now they got smallpox, man. They got smallpox, the smallpox disease. You can read about it, man. In vials, somebody is making this. Now read on. Read.
Colonel Khan.
Like, it's chemical warfare going on against us, man. Right. Chemical warfare. And don't fool yourself. Everybody knows that this ain't black or brown people running this lab. It sure ain't us. We ain't got the power, the means, or none of that to run a whole smallpox lab. Right. But this is a lab that's off the books. Go ahead.
The discovery of the vials prompted a lockdown of the facility, which has since been lifted. The FBI and the CDC launched investigations which remain ongoing. There is no indication that anyone has been exposed to the small number of frozen vials. The frozen vials labeled smallpox were incidentally discovered by a laboratory worker while cleaning out a freezer in a facility that conducts vaccine research in Pennsylvania.
Right, like they found this by accident. And if they found this one, it's a whole lot more. It's a whole lot more. Now read why this is important, though. Read on. It's a whole lot more than just this one. This is the one that they found by accident. Read.
Colonel Khan, CDC, its administrative partners, and law enforcement are investigating the matter, and the vials' contents appear intact. The laboratory worker who discovered the vials were wearing gloves and a face mask. We will provide further details as they are available. Smallpox, the disease caused by the variola virus.
Now, this is the smallpox is a disease caused by this virus. Go ahead.
Khan, considered so deadly that only 2 labs in the world are authorized to store samples of the virus.
You hear that? Smallpox is so deadly. It's so deadly and dangerous that there's only 2 labs on the earth that are authorized to have this disease, to have these vials. You understand? 2 of them. And this one is not one of the two
Right.
that they found by accident.
Right.
You understand? And if they got this, there's plenty more. You know that. This devil don't just do one thing, you understand? They just uncovering the tip of the iceberg. And most likely, it's ran by the government. It's ran by the government, most likely. It's just off the books. Read on.
Honorable Khan, including one in Russia and the other at the CDC in Atlanta.
One is in Russia and one is in America, man. They're the only two labs that's approved and authorized. Go ahead.
Scientists have debated for years whether to destroy any remaining samples, citing the danger of a mishap that could unleash a disease that has been eradicated since the 1970s.
Yeah, they know that it's dangerous to have this disease so much that they have debated whether they should even have these two labs. Let's just get rid of it, man, and be done with it. You understand? But again, they went on, well, just in case, we need to keep studying it. Go ahead, read on.
Honorable Khan, they have argued that they are needed to develop new vaccines in response to a new outbreak.
Mm-hmm. They want to prepare for a new outbreak, quote unquote. Go ahead.
The majority of Americans are not vaccinated against smallpox, and those who were vaccinated would likely now have waning immunity.
So they kind of damn near got rid of it back in the 70s. Since the 70s, everybody was getting, they're getting vaccinated against it. It's not even a big deal anymore because it was vaccinated so heavy, right? But now they're saying the people who got vaccinated back then is probably not even strong anymore, the vaccination against it. And the millennials and all the new people who, were born since then, they have not been vaccinated against it because it's not, damn near doesn't exist anymore. You understand? But they got it in the lab. And this is an unofficial lab, a secret lab. I wonder who they got it for. You scared of the goddamn COVID-19 vaccine. You remember Tuskegee? I don't remember Tuskegee. They ain't got to trick you no more. You understand? And listen, if you see white people getting it, it's all right. They're not going to poison their own people. You understand? They got, somebody has vials of smallpox that is very deadly outside of the two authorized labs. I wonder who it's for. You going to say something, Don?
If I may, sir, if I could just be real bold for 1 second. Because, I hear a lot of people, on Clubhouse say, well, I'm not getting that vaccine. It's going to kill you. That's how the government's going to get you. But if the government really wanted to get you like that, all they got to do is put that smallpox in that weed I buy. They put that smallpox in that weed, everybody's going down. Salakia, sir.
That's something, right? Right. Mm-hmm. I bet if they labeled it, small 2% smallpox, don't take it if you're pregnant or without it. They'll still smoke it. That's how addicted they are. You understand? And that's heavy. Like, our people so much in the weed, brother. And listen, you think our president ain't thinking of that type of stuff, man? He's thinking of it. You understand? So you got small secret labs with smallpox in it that are illegal, not supposed to be there. You understand? And the South is coming back. Mm-hmm. And the South is coming back. You understand? And the racists are getting more bold. They lynching us. They beating us now. You understand? Racism and the politicians are standing right next to white nationalists now. This place is coming out of the shadows, man. And whenever they deem it right, they're going to unleash all these things. That's chemical warfare. And they surely ain't trying to kill white Americans. Hell no. Mm-hmm. And they pissed off because Negroes keep having babies and Hispanics keep having babies. And they said you're not going to replace them. They chanted in Charlottesville, and they've been chanting ever since, you will not replace us. You will not replace us. They will unleash smallpox before they let you replace them. You understand? That's why we need a power that they cannot touch or stop. You understand? We need a power standing with us and standing behind us that they can't do nothing with, man. And that power is the most high power, Yahweh. You understand? The power of Israel. That's who we need. Right. And in order to have him on our side, we must obey him. We must serve him and walk in the steps of his son, Yahweh Shah. You understand? And the good news is there is a place. There is a place that the Lord has put in charge for you to come to for that safety and to learn how to serve Him. It's the ISUPK, man.
Right.
Out of 1 West 125th Street. You know, the Lord has set up schools and sanctuaries all over the earth now.
Right.
So you ain't got no excuse. You understand? You got no excuse. They plotting against us in every way, man. In every way. Or, Lord forbid, they put a little smallpox in the weed. The ghetto is going to hell. I can't imagine it, man. I can't imagine it. Let me get that next story. Rittenhouse.
Come on.
This idiot judge. Come, everybody here, y'all know Kyle Rittenhouse, the little baby white boy, the little 17-year-old, our precious son, who went all the way to Kenosha. You know, when we talked about earlier with rifles, you understand, the so-called protect businesses, he ended up murdering some people, man. He ended up murdering some people. He's on trial, and it sure seemed like the judge likes him a lot. In the beginning, the judge checked the hell out of the prosecutor who was trying to put Kyle Rittenhouse in jail. He checked him and told him, don't get brazen with me, watch your mouth. When the cat was trying to explain to him, man, I think the judge caught some flack because of that too. That prosecutor, he ain't no small fish, you understand? I mean, he got connections too. That's why they put him in charge of that case, because the judge toned it down after that. He caught some slack, he toned it down a little bit. You understand? But he's still doing doofus things, you understand, to try to mess this trial up. And if this trial, you know, if it goes bad or something happened that's stupid, you know, they can declare a mistrial. You understand? And listen, I kind of believe, you know, that the judge, you know, he wouldn't mind a mistrial. They look at that oppressive Kyle Rittenhouse and his baby face. How old is he now? 17, 18? You understand? He trying to cry. You see him trying to cry? No tears. Oh no! It looked like oppressor trying to force himself to cry. He couldn't even do it. That's how hard, you know. That's how not sorry he is for what happened, man. Trying to act like he's so traumatized and hurt him so much. You understand? That was a performance on stage. Trying to cry with his ugly self, ugly as hell, trying to cry, and I was he looking over like, I think he looked like to see, make sure his lawyer approved. He did one look like to see. It's
Go ahead. He looked at the judge.
Oh man. And I'm like, you see me, right? He couldn't even get a tear out of his goddamn face. You understand? Trying to fake his cry. You understand? But read this story here.
Colin Khan, sir. Rittenhouse judge back in spotlight during jury instructions.
Go ahead.
The judge in the Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial, already the subject of scrutiny for various actions in the case, drew attention again on Monday for his handling of jury instructions.
Okay, go ahead. So judges, you know, trials, they're supposed to explain to the jury how they should go about, the legal way to go about, you know, deciding who they believe. You know, the defense, you know, who's trying to defend the plaintiff, the person who's accused of whatever, and you got the prosecutors who's trying to put the person accused of whatever in jail. So they both give their arguments and explain their side. At the end, the jury goes back, talks about it, and they try to come up with a unanimous decision on who they believe. Do they believe he's innocent or do they believe he's guilty? And so the judge is supposed to explain to them, you know, in a common language. You know, they didn't have debates and lawyers have put together words and terms to say to the jury so that the common man can understand these instructions on how to go about deciding who's right or wrong in their opinion. But this judge, the racist that he is, the doofus that he is, he start going into his own thing. You understand? Probably trying to feel it out and get them to, you know, side with Kyle Rittenhouse. You know, you understand? They already threw away the rifle charge, him being in a whole nother city, You understand? You understand with a weapon, with a damn assault rifle. He dismissed that charge, so they can't even talk about that. That ain't even up for debate. You understand? And so now he's supposed to explain to them what is up for debate and how they're supposed to go about deciding. Read.
Conor McCon, sir. Judge Bruce Schroeder, who had been expected to file final instructions on Sunday, took arguments from attorneys until the last minute Monday as he edited the instructions on the bench. Then he sent the jury out midway through to talk with attorneys about making them clear. The last minute activity forced him.
Like he edited them, meaning he didn't follow the normal instructions you're supposed to explain to a jury so that they can understand clearly how to go about this. He edited it, he threw his own words in there, and then realized he was effing up. Didn't realize he was messing up the explanation. They probably were looking at him like, what are you talking about, Judge? You understand? Because he's on Kyle Rittenhouse's song. They said his phone kept going off during the trial, playing a white nationalist Donald Trump song, Free America or something like that. Some type of American a ringtone on his phone. It was going off. It wasn't on silent. It was going off during the trial, and it was a Trump supporter anthem playing on his phone. You understand? And so now he's a Trump supporter. Trump is against all the protests, against police brutality, sicking his police on the protesters. Kyle Rittenhouse is there to fight the protesters. You understand? It's all linked up together. Kyle Rittenhouse is one of them. The judge is one of them. You understand? So they on the same thing. You know, the judge trying to support Kyle Rittenhouse without blatantly doing it. At least he thinks he's not blatantly doing it. But everybody saw when he checked that prosecutor and said, man, the judge is kind of biased. He's on Rittenhouse's side from the beginning. You understand? So now he's trying to explain to the jury how to vote and how to proceed, and he's messing it up because he's not following the protocol. He edited it, saying his own words. Read.
Conor McCon. The last minute activity focused on a crucial procedure, developing instructions on how jurors should determine whether Rittenhouse is guilty of each charge against him. On Monday, just hours before the jurors got the case, Schroeder dismissed a charge of being a minor in possession of a firearm.
Right. So he threw that one out. So that ain't even part of the trial anymore. Go ahead. You know, because if he's there, if he ain't supposed to have a rifle, which should be part of the whole deliberation, like why the hell, you know, is he carrying a gun out here? He ain't got no job that requires that rifle. He's not the police. You understand? He shouldn't even be there with the rifle, but they got rid of that quick. Go ahead.
Conor McCon. Instructions are always closely scrutinized by attorneys and judges. In a case complicated by multiple charges, victims and Rittenhouse self-defense claim that the document's importance is clear. Schroeder, Rittenhouse attorneys, and prosecutors spent all day Friday discussing the directions, continued with written communication over the weekend, and still had the protest to worry about to hash out Monday morning before the 36 pages were ready for Schroeder to read aloud to jurors.
Mm-hmm. So it took him a few days to put it together. Go ahead. And then the judge was supposed to read it to the jurors. Read.
Prosecutors repeatedly asked Schroeder not to veer far from the model instructions and disagreed with the judge's perfect wording for some procedures.
See, the prosecutors asked the judge. They said, "Judge, can you please stick to, you know, what we put together with the way to do it? Can you stick to it and not veer off, not go into your own shit? You understand? Trying to get this cat off, trying to confuse the goddamn jury or influence the jury. You understand? On behalf of Kyle Rittenhouse, this murderer. You understand? You even had pictures, man, where Kyle Rittenhouse is standing directly behind the judge in some of these recesses and some of these proceedings. The judge is sitting in a chair, and Kyle Rittenhouse is standing behind him. Since when does somebody on trial for murder is free to stand right behind the judge? That's like the night he shot the people, man. He walked to the police with his hands up, thinking they was going to arrest him, and they rode past him, looking for whoever did the shooting. They rode past the shooter. Because why? He's one of them. He got a rifle. That ain't nothing strange to them. even though he's on trial for this murder, you understand, they're comfortable with his little baby face, his Edomite baby face, to where he's standing right behind the judge, man. The lawyers and the court employees is walking around like that's a normal thing. That don't normally happen. You don't get somebody on trial for murder standing that close to the judge, let alone behind him, let alone with no security around him. You understand? This thing is biased from the beginning, man, because he's one of their children, and he shouldn't have to die fighting against the people that Donald Trump hates, or their own people that support the black and brown people that Donald Trump hates. You understand? They don't think in their hearts, they don't think he should have to pay for this. Look at him. Look at him. He cried. Oh, look at him. He looks like my son. He looks like my brother, man. That ain't normal in America. They don't want their own to go to jail for murder. Read.
At one point, Prosecutor Thomas Binger told the Schroeder, "That's not the law."
Right. Like the prosecutor had to come against the judge a little bit, because this judge, once again, is biased. He loved Trump and loved the racist anthem, got it on his phone. You understand? So the prosecutor had to step up a little bit and say, what did he say again?
Khan, that's not the law.
He had to tell the judge, excuse me, Your Honor, but that's not the law. That's why the judge snapped on him in the beginning. So don't get brazen with me. So he said, we talked about it, and I instructed you not to bring it up. And the prosecutor tried to tell him, but we only brought it up because they opened the door for it. They brought it up. He said, oh, don't get brazen with me. He didn't like it. You understand? And here again, he's telling them that's not the law. You got to tell the judge it's not the law. Why? Because he's some old, probably stinking, beat up judge that's been judged forever, sending black and brown people to jail forever, or doing things to put in place for them to go to jail. You understand? These are the people that's ruling over us, man. A bunch of has-beens. But since it ain't our oppressor going to prison by their hand, it's black and brown people. They can hold them down for a very long time. You understand? Now, if they was putting white people in jail, they'd be looking at them closer and trying to get rid of them. But they only putting us in prison. They only giving us the max sentences. So even though he's an old fool, half senile, he'll still hold that office for 20 years. Because ain't no loss in America. Putting us in prison is actually a gain in America. Read.
Legal experts had for decades debated how to make instructions more understandable to jurors. Unfamiliar with the arctic and confusing terms of statutes and criminal codes, in Wisconsin, a committee of judges creates model jury instructions, which attorneys and individual trial judges can use as a DAT for specific cases.
Come on. So in other words, my man did. In other words, they put together the way to explain, and they put it on document to how to explain to jurors how to make their deliberations. But this judge didn't follow that. Excuse me. He didn't follow that. Say again. You got more? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It says the trial itself is about giving all the facts to the jury, testimony, and evidence. In the deliberation room, the jury has to apply the law to all those facts, and that's difficult to do. About 30 minutes into his reading into the instructions to the jurors, Schroeder began explaining in his own words how jurors should discuss primary charges and lesser charges, then fell silent. I got myself into mid-sentence and said, I don't like it.
Yeah, because he started messing. He trying to tell them, he trying to influence the jury, in other words. Let's be straight up. He trying to influence the jury. He ain't following the protocol words to use to explain to them how to go about deciding these charges, the bigger charges and the lesser charges. He going through his own way because he's trying to figure out a way while he's talking to try to influence the jury to be in Rittenhouse's favor. But then start stumbling, realize he was a fool and he sounded dumb. He stopped in mid-sentence and said, what? What did he say?
Khan, sir. He said, I don't like it. It's Salaki.
He stopped in mid-sentence.
Khan, he said, I've gotten myself I got myself into a mid-sentence, and I said, I don't like it, he said.
Right.
Then he turned off his microphone and called the attorneys to the front of the courtroom.
Because he was embarrassing his damn self. He got in mid-sentence, he said, I don't like how I'm explaining it. Then he turned the mic off, and he called the lawyers up, to speak to them personally, one-on-one. Go ahead.
Come.
So that's it. He messed up the instructions because he biased and trying to figure out a way in his mind, he ain't blatantly trying to influence them, but he was trying to influence the jury. He was trying to influence them on Kyle Rittenhouse's behalf. This is the America we living in, man. This is the America we living in. Give me another story about a lawyer, about Ahmaud Arbery. At number 71. Come. You gonna listen? These lawyers listen. And once again, they coming out of the shadows. They coming out of the shadows. Ahmaud Arbery, y'all know him, right? The three Edomites, the three oppressors, murdered him. While he jogging through the neighborhood, through a suburban neighborhood, he stopped to look at a house that they were putting together, that they were building. The house was still open. Because there was construction going on. You understand? And so he went to check it out like people do, like Edomite. They got video of Edomites going in just to check it out, seeing how it's being built and all that. He did the same thing. He looking in there, seeing how it's being built, and then he continued his job. Lo and behold, a truck is following him, man. A truck cut him off. You understand? A father and son Edomite, father and son oppressor, jump out, start arguing with him, and end up murdering the brother. You understand? A third Edomite was tailing behind and recording everything. He was part of the plan, man, to stop this brother and harass this brother for being in this neighborhood. You understand? And they ended up murdering the brother. So they're on trial. You understand? And now in this trial, Ahmaud Arbery's family, there's a lot of black support that they're getting, man. Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and all of them showed up, and prominent black figures in the black community who is part of the problem, really. But just the show of love and the show of support, of course, it was a white lawyer. He spoke on it. You understand? He didn't hold his peace. Read that.
Conor Khan, we don't want any more black pastors in courtroom of Ahmaud Arbery murder trial. Defense lawyer says.
This is what the defense lawyer said. The lawyer that's the lawyer of the ones who murdered Ahmaud Arbery. He says straight up, we don't want any more black pastors. Now, it wasn't the part of them being pastors that he didn't want. He just don't want all this black love. He don't want all this black love and the people that might care what these black people that was there think. They might support him, and the jury might see all this black love, and they might look at black people like they're human. If it's too much black love, it's like, man, these people do got people that care for them. These people do got, people that actually love them. Are they a little bit human? No. You understand? This ain't what he wanted. Read.
Conor, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Jurors in the trial, three white men charged in Jurors in the trial for three white men charged in Ahmaud Arbery's killing watched security camera videos Thursday that show other people entering a home under construction in the months before the 25-year-old black man was chased and gunned down after running from the site.
Right, meaning they saw that it was white people that was checking out the same home that Ahmaud Arbery checked out. They stopped to look at it and see the construction, and they moved on. Ahmaud Arbery did the same thing. The only problem was he was an Israelite. He had brown skin, and our oppressor that lived in the area don't like us to be as free as them. We ain't free to just look at a house and keep it moving. While they are, but we ain't free to do that. Ahmaud Arbery tried to do it, and he found out that regular white citizens don't approve of it. And they'll chase you down in their trucks, and they will murder you. They will murder you just for doing what white people do all the time. Read.
One of the defendant's attorneys told the judge that he doesn't want any more black pastors in the courtroom after Reverend Al Sharpton sat with the slain man's family on Wednesday.
Right. So Al Sharpton, of course, he's shucking job for any black incident happen, to get his money and to show his face and get more famous and more prestige and so he was there. He came to the trial, and then I believe Jesse Jackson came after. You understand? And the lawyer like, man, I'm tired of these black people coming here. You understand? Hugging and kissing on the family. It's making my client look bad. Making my clients look bad. Stop all these black people from coming here. Read.
Conor McConnell. Attorney Kevin Galt, who represents William Roddy Bryan, brought up the presence of Al Sharpton in the courtroom to the judge. If they're pastor Al Sharpton right now, that's fine. But then that's it. We don't want any more black pastors coming in here, sitting with the victim's family, trying to influence a jury in this case.
Yeah. Listen, it sounds crazy to us for him to talk like that, but that's totally normal in America. You understand? And before these modern times and all these black movements, before the cameras and before the world started to see how racist white people are, this was totally normal in the courtroom. He would have said this, and it would have been like, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Why are you people here? What's going on? You understand? They got movies about it. How the judge is in cahoots with the lawyer. And they chase all the black people out of the courtroom a lot of times. That's what used to go on. Mm-hmm. You be a defense, you charged with a crime, you black or brown, you sitting in the courtroom by yourself. Nothing but oppressors in this courtroom. They don't even let black and brown people in the courtroom once upon a time. You gonna say something?
I'm so heavy about what you're saying, General. We did a story just today, and I'm just thinking, how hypocritical can that be? You had that one devil who was running for the Senate, who fully came up, showed support for Kyle Rittenhouse. Nobody said nothing about it. However, let Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson come up there and try to show some love, to our brother's family. It's an issue for the oppressor. That was what I'm saying.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, man. In America, we don't have the same rights as them. You understand?
Right.
So let's stop fighting for those rights. Let's stop fighting to be equal with our oppressor, man. We are not them, and they know it. Right. And they're not going to let you be equal to them. So what's the alternative? Let's return back to our God and serve him and pray that he's going to do what he said, because he is. And he said he's going to destroy these people, man. He's going to destroy. We're going to be free. We're going to be free, and these racist bastards are going to pay for every drop of blood they ever spilled. Right. Every hair that they knocked to the ground, every lynching, every whipping, every rape. They're going to pay for it, man, by the hands of our God.
Right.
You understand? And our King Yahushua and all the holy angels with him, man, and they all black and brown. Right. None of them look like our oppressor. Right. And they're going to shut down this place, man, and they're going to defend us, and they're going to get justice for us. Right. You understand? All we got to do is be obedient. Give me Psalms 25 and 19. That's all we got to do. 25 and 19, then we get 27 and 11. Like, it ain't a hard thing to get free out of this place. We've been beat down for far too long. Ain't you tired of it? Aren't you tired of being oppressed? Aren't you sick of it? Ain't you sick of seeing trials that these people obviously should be guilty of, but they can always beat it because it's an American court system. It's an American court. It's an American trial. And in America, our murderers, they always have a good chance of getting off. So no matter how much is on video, no matter how clear it is, no matter how irrefutable the video is, because we're seeing it with our eyeballs. Our eyes are seeing what happened right now. Right. No matter how clear it is, they got to go to trial. He has to present the right case. He has to beat the case. It has to be beyond a reasonable doubt to give the liar a chance to put together some extraordinary lies and use their witchcraft to influence the jury. And now, if the judge is on their side and everybody's on their side, what in the hell chance do we have, man? We better come on home to our God, to the Most High. That's the only chance we got. Read.
God, this is the book of Psalms, 25, verse 19. Consider my enemies,
Right.
for they are many.
They are many, man. Everybody, from the president to the senators to the goddamn the damn Supreme Court, got racist Trump lovers on there, man. Trump got a few of them in. You understand? To the judge, to the lawyer, to the DA, to the police, to the citizen. They are many, man. They are many that are enemies to us. Read.
God, and they hate me with cruel hatred.
They hate us, man. They hate us. Before they even consider looking at your case, seeing if you really did it, you done did 40 years.
Right.
Because of the witness of some 12-year-old. Because of a witness of some 12-year-old who said he saw you do it, you done did 40 years, man. No scrutiny, no checking it out. They don't have to prove. The 12-year-old ain't got to prove it, nothing. Why? Because the police is with that 12-year-old. They influence him to do it. The judge gets some kickback when they send you to prison. The prisons get rich. You understand? They get rich. Everybody eats off of us for going to prison, man. You understand? Go to Psalms 27 and 11. They hate me with a cruel hatred, King David said, and that's still true today. These are prophecies that are still true, man. You understand? King David considered his enemies, and we in the ISUPK, we consider our enemies too. We got the same enemy.
Right.
You understand? And they are many.
Right.
And they hate us.
Right.
There's nothing you can do to change that, black people, brown people. You fighting to change them. Don't fight to change them. Fight to change you.
Right.
And serve our God so he can smash the hell out of them, man.
Right.
That's the only way to be free. 27 and 11.
This book of Psalms, 27, verse 11. Teach me thy way, O Lord,
Go ahead.
and lead me in a plain path.
And that's what we do. In the ISUPK, we pray the Lord just lead us and keep guiding us and protecting us, man. And lead us in a plain path, man. Meaning lead us in a way where we can avoid the hell and the curses and the drama that the rest of our people who don't want to serve the Most High, they're catching. They're getting this hell. We pray the Lord keep our foot, man, and keep us safe as we traverse and travel through this hell called America, man, until our King returns. Go ahead.
Because of my enemies.
Right. To avoid our enemies, man. To avoid their wrath and their anger. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Deliver me not over unto the will of my enemies.
Yeah, right. And the Lord will protect you, man. He'll protect you and not deliver you to the enemies, man, as long as you're rolling with him. If you in the ISUPK, you got a great shot. You stay diligent, stay loyal, stay obedient. The Most High will protect your path, man, because of your enemies. And he will not deliver you to them. Go ahead.
For false witnesses are risen up against me.
And everybody know that. Black and brown people been living this forever, man. Our oppressor, they act like they just finding out that they got crooked cows. That lie on us and frame us and get people to lie on us and frame us. They act like they just finding out. Oh, well, we need to have an investigation. We should look into that. Yeah, we will. We're going to have a conversation about that. A few bad apples. No, it's the whole thing is bad. The whole thing is bad, man. You understand? Go ahead.
And such as breathe out cruelty.
And such as breathe out cruelty, man. They lie on us. They cheat us, man. They try to get us put in prison, get us murdered, man. They Karens. All your Karens, they lie. You understand? And try to harass us and provoke us and call the police on us, man. You understand? There's a story. They had these three young oppressors, man, calling the police and lying on black people because they were part of the Black Lives Movement, telling them that they holding hostages and all that. And the police come and draw guns and surround this house or this system, man. They don't ask no questions. The oppressor, no matter how old they are, they say, listen, them black people over there, they doing this and doing that. Yeah, they get them guns and get their cars and trucks, and the police is out, pointing guns wherever they want to, man. As long as they get a call, and white citizens know that. All they got to do is make a call. And these racist, evil police can let loose, man, and be innocent because they got the call.
Right.
Because they got the call. So what? They murdered 10 of you. They got a call and this and that and this and that. And when they came, even though they got the wrong house, the wrong people, they beating up the wrong people, you should just not resist and let them whoop your behind. Because if you resist, they'll murder you and be justified because they got a call about it. You understand? They got a call. False witnesses rise up against us, and such as breed out cruelty. You damn right. Ain't nobody more cruel than this oppressor in America. Romans 12 and 19. Romans 12 and 19.
Right.
The things they do to us, man, the things we see with our own eyes on TV, the lack of judgment, the lack of justice that we get in this place, it's enough to drive a man insane or a woman. You understand? So they ask, hell, why do we hate white people? Why do we talk about white people like that? It ain't the white people. It ain't their whiteness that we hate.
Right.
You understand? It's their treatment of us that we hate.
Right.
It's what they're doing to us. That's what we hate.
That's right.
We don't hate white people because they're white. Who could give a damn? Who could give a damn if they got rosy cheeks and blonde hair and blue eyes? So what? That's the devil. That's the Lord. That's how the Lord made us.
Right.
Right.
We got a problem with them murdering us and putting us in their prisons unjustly.
Right.
We got a problem with judges trying to help the people that hurt us.
Right.
You understand? That's what we got a problem with. Read.
This is the book of Romans 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved.
And anything the Lord said, dearly beloved, through Paul, you understand, he's talking to Israelites. Those are the ones beloved by the Most High God and Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai. The Israelites are the ones beloved by Paul and the prophets. Dearly beloved, go ahead.
Avenge not yourselves.
Like we ain't got to put weapons and go chase down white people because we angry. We ain't got to go shoot them up. That's what they do.
Right.
That's how they roll. But that ain't how the Lord want us to roll. Read.
But rather, give place unto wrath.
Give place unto your wrath, man. There's nothing wrong with being angry or what's going on, but give place to that wrath. Go ahead.
For it is written,
Read.
vengeance is mine.
Most High wrote a long time ago, vengeance is his. Vengeance is his. We don't have to do what the Arabs do and blow ourselves up trying to get our enemy.
Right.
We don't have to do that. We don't have to be snipers.
Right.
And drive trucks full of fuel to blow buildings up. We don't have to do those things. Our God said, vengeance is mine. Go ahead.
Right.
I will repay.
The Lord will repay, man. He said it. That's money in the bank. That's guaranteed. Our oppressor's going to get the big payback. That's coming no matter what any of us do.
Right.
It's going to happen. So let's be on the side of our God when he do it, man, so that we can reap the benefits. The Most High God said, I will repay. Read.
Saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord. So your hatred for these people, for what they doing to us, man, you see, you're watching, you're hearing all the things they do to us, all the injustice, how they treat us. You understand? But don't go out and seek revenge, man.
Right.
The Most High got you. He got you. You understand? Give me Psalms 139 and 21. Your hatred is justified. Any normal human being going to hate the people who murder their family. You understand?
Right.
They're going to hate us. Somebody murder your children. It's somebody that you're going to hate.
Right.
The hatred we have for white people comes from a place of love. You understand? We love our family. We love our loved ones. Now, somebody murder them, a natural hatred is going to develop because we love these people that was just murdered. You understand? The world saw George Floyd be murdered on national TV, and it hurt the hearts of George Floyd's people. Because we know this guy just murdered us, and then there was a debate on whether he killed him or not when we all just watched it.
Right.
our oppressor tried to say, no, he didn't murder him, when we all just watched it, your hatred for these people is justified, man. Right. But still, yet and still, do not avenge yourself. Right. Our God said, I will repay them. I'm going to pay them back. Read Psalms 139:21.
This book, Psalms 139 and verse 21. I hate them with perfect hatred.
Go ahead. So listen, the hatred of them, there's nothing wrong with them. King David hated somebody. He hated some people with a perfect hatred. Read.
I count them my enemies.
Go ahead.
Verse 23. Verse, sorry, you said 139.
21 and 22.
Sorry. This is the book.
21.
Sorry. Okay. This is the book of Psalms, the 139 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee?
Because these people that murder us, from the judges with Rittenhouse and all of that, these are people that hate the God of Israel. Right. These people hate God, man. And that's why they abuse and slaughter God's children. Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They hate God, you understand? And David said, I hate them that hate thee, Lord. He hated them. He didn't hate them because of what they look like. He hated them because of what they do. Their actions, man. Read, like Martin Luther King said, he loved them so much, you Christians. He said, don't judge them by by their skin color, but by the content of their character. Meaning who they are, how they operate. You understand? What they do. And that's how we judge our oppressor, man. Right. That's where the hatred comes from. They murder our loved ones. So we naturally hate them. And King David hated them also. He hated them. And the Lord said King David was a man after his own heart. The Lord loved King David. So because David hated the people that hate God, it didn't piss God off like you still ain't supposed to hate David. No. That ain't the God of this Bible. That ain't the God of the Torah. That ain't the God of Israel. Right. It is just to hate the people that murder you, to hate what they do. Mm-hmm. Read. And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? And then David was pissed off, man, at the people that rise up against the Most High. Read. Right.
Verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
I hate them with perfect hatred.
I hate them with perfect hatred, man. Perfect hatred, David said. Go ahead.
I count them my enemies.
Give me Isaiah 49 and 26. The people that hate God were King David's enemies, man. They were King David's enemies. And he hated them, man, because of what they did. Right. He hated them because of their actions. Go ahead. You got it?
Okay. This book of Isaiah 49 and verse 26.
All right, listen to what the Lord said. He said, vengeance is mine. You understand? And there's nothing wrong for us, once again, to hate the people that murder us, to hate what they're doing to us. There's nothing wrong with that. But you better know that our God, if you serve him, if you be right with him, he's going to take care of you. He's going to take care of the people that hurt you. Read.
And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh.
Come, he's going to feed them with their own flesh. Read.
And they shall be drunken with their own blood.
And they're going to be drunken with their own blood. The Lord, he about to do a lot of killing to these people, man. He about to do a lot of killing to these people that hurt us, man. God hates the people that murder us. God hates the people that hate him. Read.
As with sweet wine.
He going, listen, he going to make them drunken with their own blood, man. He going to slaughter them so much. As with sweet wine. Go ahead. Imagine somebody drunk because the wine is so good, they just drinking and drinking drunk. Right? That's what he going to do to our oppressor, man. He going to fill them up with their own blood. Go ahead.
And all flesh shall know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior.
And everybody going to know, ooh, that God of Israel was always real. And they said, that ISUPK used to say, if they stand with him, he's going to avenge them. And here we go. He's slaughtering their enemies. The Lord said, all flesh going to know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior. Go ahead.
and thy Redeemer.
And thy Redeemer. Go ahead.
The mighty one of Jacob.
So Jacob, who is Israel, we got a mighty one in our God. Our God is the mighty one. You understand? And he ain't playing. He ain't playing. You understand? You pick up on the scripture. He's wearing Isaiah 49 and 20. Well, no, I'm done that now. The mighty one of Jacob. So go to Revelation 19 and 11.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
This is John, man. He had a vision. He had a vision, and he saw the return of Christ. He saw the return of Yahushua. Once again, the Lord said, all flesh going to know that he's our Savior and Redeemer. Why? Because he's going to send Yahushua. He's sending our King, Jesus Christ, a black man with the mighty angels with him, man. And John was in prison for teaching about Christ, and the Lord sent him a vision on him sending Jesus Christ and the angels. So when John, in this vision, he saw heaven open. Go ahead.
Come on, God. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
And when the white horse came out of the heavens, the man that was sitting on him was called Faithful and True. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. And in righteousness.
In what?
And in righteousness.
This is in righteousness. In righteousness, he gonna do what?
He do judge.
He gonna judge. Go ahead.
And make war.
And make war. That the brother sitting on that horse that's called Faithful and True. In righteousness, he gonna judge this place. He gonna judge America, man. And he gonna make war with America. Go ahead.
Verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his eyes were red, brother. Red. Read.
And on his head were many crowns.
And if you ain't guessed by now, the man on this white horse is our King, Yahushua. You understand? His eyes were as a flame of fire. Remember the prophecy. It said his eyes shall be red with wine. Red with wine about him. You understand? It said his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. What does that mean? Because he's going to come to redeem us and save us. And in order to redeem us, he got to smash all of the current leaders of this earth, man. He got to destroy all of the people that's in charge right now that's oppressing us. And so when he destroys them, he's going to be the one in charge after that. He's going to be the one in charge. So on his head going to be many crowns. Why? Because he's going to destroy all the ones wearing the crowns now. Read.
And on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself.
He had a name written, speaking on his reputation. He had a name written that no man knew but himself. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
He was what?
Clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Why is Jesus Christ, your sweet Jesus, every Sunday, sweet Jesus going to have a vesture dipped in blood? Why? Because first and foremost, he ain't that white guy that's on your church wall. He's a black man, according to the Torah, according to the Bible. He's a black man, and when he come back, John saw that his vesture, his clothing, his garment was going to be dipped in blood because of all the killing. You remember the Most High said, I'm going to feed them with their own flesh, and they're going to be drunken with their own blood. Drunken with their own blood. Why? Because our King going to shed a lot of that blood. Go ahead.
And his name is called the Word of God.
And everybody knows Yahushua Christ is called the Word of God. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And the armies.
And the what?
And the armies.
Go ahead.
Which were in heaven.
See, y'all thought heaven was some nice place, some nice sweet place, wouldn't hurt a fly. There's armies in heaven. There's killers in heaven, man. And our King Yahushua is one of those killers. That's why his garment going to be dipped in blood. Because he's a killer for righteousness. In righteousness, he does judge and make war. In a war, you need soldiers. You need an army. And the armies which were in heaven. Our King got an army, man. It's going to fight and it's going to kill for the Most High God and for the Israelites. Go ahead.
Followed him upon white horses.
They followed our King who came out of heaven on that white horse. Read.
Clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
Right. Go ahead.
and out of his mouth go a sharp sword.
A sharp sword, meaning the words he spoke, the commands he spoke, was to destroy our oppressor, man. Go ahead.
Kana will come. That he should, that he with it shall, that he with it he should smite the nations.
That with it.
Come. That with it he should smite the nation.
He given orders to smite the nations or races that have oppressed Israelites. That was his order, man. He gave an order to the angels to smite, which is kill or destroy the nation. The nations is the other races. All the races that helped in our oppression right now, that help hurt us and murder us. Read.
Come. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Remember, on his head gonna be many crowns. He taking over. He's gonna be the next one in charge of all everywhere on the earth, man. And he's gonna rule. He's gonna rule these other nations that he's gonna smite and destroy. He's gonna rule this earth with a rod of iron. Go ahead. Meaning his rulership ain't never gonna be broken or taken away. Go ahead.
And he treadeth the winepress.
He tread the wine press. A wine press is a machine that squeezes and smash grapes to produce wine. You understand? That's a wine press. It smashes the juice out of the grapes. And it said, our king, you understand, he's going to tread the wine press. Go ahead.
Of the fierceness.
Go ahead.
And wrath.
And the wrath. Read.
Of Almighty God.
Of the Almighty God himself. That's how Christ's coming back. He's coming back with the anger of God, man. And he's going to smash these nations, these races that have hurt us. He's going to smash them like grapes. He's going to smash them like grapes. Read.
Khan. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Everybody know that's our King Yahushua. King of Kings and Lord of Lords, man. You understand? Scripture tell you the devil coming unto us having great wrath because he know he got a short time. You understand? So don't fall for his tricks, man. Hold on and endure. Come serve your God, man, and get ready for him sending our king to destroy these people. Give me Exodus 23 and 22. And the Lord is so merciful, man. All we got to do is obey. All we got to do is obey our God, man. And we'll be safe and we'll be protected. And we're going to witness, man. And if we hold on and endure, we'll witness, man, our king coming back to destroy our enemies. And that's a beautiful thing. Read.
God. This book Exodus chapter 23 and verse 22. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice.
Listen to that. That's all we got to do. If we indeed obey the Lord's voice. What do you mean, oh, deed? Not just talk about it, but indeed, your deeds, your actions. If we obey the Most High with our actions, go ahead.
And do all that I speak.
And do all that Moses spoke to us from the Most High. Go ahead.
Then I will be an enemy.
This is what the Lord's saying through Moses, man. Most High saying if we do everything that he speaks, if we obey his voice indeed, then he will what?
Be an enemy unto thy enemy.
Guess what? They murdering us in these streets. The police hate us. The judge hate us. The lawyers hate us. The presidents hate us. The senators hate us. You understand? The damn Supreme Court hate us. But guess what? Although they're our enemies, the Most High God, who is the all-power, omnipotent, all everything, man, he hates them.
Right.
He hates them.
Right.
You understand? And he's going to show them he hates them real soon. Read.
And an adversary unto thine adversary.
And an adversary, meaning he's going to go against everybody who's going against us. He's going to move on everybody who moved on us. The Most High is going to see that they be held accountable. Read.
Verse 23. For my angel shall go before thee.
And that's throughout all time. If you serve the Lord, man, he sent his mighty angels who are soldiers of God. The angels are soldiers of God. He sent them before us, man. Meaning they protect us and they're always around us, man. And if we serving and obeying the Most High, they walking with us and then taking down our enemies before our enemies get a chance to do anything, man. They at work in the fourth dimension where we can't see with the normal eye, unless the Lord allows us to see. He sends his angels before us like he's always done. Read.
And bring thee in unto the Amorites.
Go ahead.
And the Hittites.
Go ahead.
And the Perizzites.
Uh-huh.
And the Canaanites.
Go ahead.
And the Hivites.
Hivites. Go ahead.
And the Jebusites.
These are all so-called African families, biblically known as Hamites, the sons of Ham, which is the son of Noah. Today we call them African. These are the people that fathered the African countries. You understand? Once upon a time, the Lord sent us over. That's where the land of Israel is. All that land over there, that was called Israel. And the Africans were in our land once upon a time. And the Lord sent us over there and said he sent the angel in front of us so that we could go in and we can have victory over these African families, man. And we took our land back from them. And that's why the land is called Israel, because we took it from these heathens under orders of the Most High God, kicked them out and killed them and got rid of them under orders of the Most High God and named the land after ourselves, Israel. This is the land of Israel. That's what it was. You understand? And that's what it still is. Only heathens are occupied now. Well, only the nations occupy it now. And just like the Lord sent his angels before us then and destroyed our enemies then, read on.
And I will cut them off.
The Lord said he's going to cut them off, man. If it happened then, what makes you think it ain't going to happen like the Lord said now in America, man? Mm-hmm. The same thing going to happen in America. The Lord going to destroy our enemies and he's going to cut them off, man, by the hands of our King Yahushua. On his head going to be many crowns. Remember that. Remember that. In order for him to rule and have those crowns, he got to cut off the people that's wearing the crowns now. Right. And that's what he's going to do. And that's what he's going to do, man. So even though this place is against us, Israel, we got to come back, man. Right. We got to come back and the Lord going to take care of the rest. Let me hurry up and get to this next one. There's 2 emails. Give me, read the 8th one, number 8. Come on, Pastor.
What is the unicorn in Numbers 24 and 8? Is it a rhino?
So let's get that. Numbers 24 and 8. And get them emails. The first one is the farmers find a unicorn. And the second one say unicorn, sheep. First, in the Hebrew, that word unicorn is ra'am, you understand, which is interpreted as a ram. A ram. And the definition of a ram, you look up what a ram is a male sheep, sometimes known as a buck. And a young ram is called a ram lamb a lot of times, you understand? So that's and so you got a lot of them with one horn. Some of them are born, have one horn, you understand? And I'll explain to you how it developed into the whole horse thing. First read Numbers 24 and 8.
Go.
And Dai gonna pull up that email and show some of the one horn sheep or rams. Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers 24, verse 8. God brought him forth out of Egypt. He had as it were the strength of a unicorn. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies.
Right. Go ahead. And
shall break their bones.
Okay. So now, that's the scripture the brother wanted to know about the unicorn. He asked, was it a rhino? You understand? Now, listen, it's not a rhino. A ram it's a unicorn. The originally is a sheep. It's a sheep or a ram, which is the same thing. The ram is the male version, and them rams is known for knocking the hell out of you with their strength. I mean, they're strong. You understand? They make a lot of trucks. They call it the ram truck because of how strong they're trying to portray a strong image. So now a lot of times rams are born with one horn. You understand? Can they see that? You see the picture, right? This is a ram. You understand? They say they found, this is in Iceland, where they find this ram with one horn. You understand? And they called it a unicorn. You got a picture of the other one? The unicorn sheep. And now, in ancient times, right, in the land of Mesopotamia, which was a land in Israel, part of Israel, which a lot of Ephraimites live, right? The tribe of Ephraim. And so history tells us that when Ephraim would go to battle, right, in Mesopotamia, they would put armor on their horses. You understand? And when they went to battle, the horses had armor, and they had a headpiece, a head armor, and they would put a horn on that head armor. You understand? And so they would go to battle like that. They were famous for that. You understand? And that's where the image of the horse with the horn comes from. Those are ancient soldiers, which are most likely Ephraimites, the tribe of Ephraim, Israelites, who put horns on their horses. Like, we have flavor. You see how Ephraim decorate them bikes now. They put all type of radio and lights all over them bikes with the big wheels. They had flavor. So when they went to war, they would armor up them horses and put horns on them so the enemy be afraid. They see these big horses with horns coming. That's terrible looking, you know what I'm saying? And so the whole myth of what today's unicorn is comes from that, the horse with the horn. That's what it comes from. But a unicorn is actually a sheep or a ram. You understand? A lot of times born with one horn. You understand? That's what it is. So this is the other one. This is another sheep with one horn. You understand? This is the actual unicorn. That's what the Bible is talking about. You understand? A ram, which is a male sheep. You understand? So that's the answer on that. Let me see if I got time. You about to pull something? Oh, read the unicorn sheep Joey. You got that? Yeah, kind of easy. Okay. Read a little bit of kind of a concert. So I can.
Unicorn sheep Joey was saved from feedlot for 2 cartons of beer.
Go ahead.
Kind of a con.
No sweat. They got this feeling good. Yes. Go to that other one. Go to that other one. Go to the farmers find the unicorn in Iceland. The one we just put up. And again, these are just 2 examples of rams being born with one horn or sheep being born with one horn. Go ahead.
Kind of a con, sir. A craze for all things. Unicorn has swept through popular culture of late, whether it's multicolored or novelty drinks or technology investors looking for the next big thing. But a farming family in Iceland reckon they found the real thing. It says, earlier Pura normally, had 2 horns on a ram. However, these appear to have fused into one, only a little at the end, thus matching the Latin origins of the word una and corona. Single horn. To be doubly sure, though, Ella's family also named him Elemengar unicorn in Iceland.
And so that's what, again, the term uni means one. And a lot of times, they born like this, and it's actually 2 horns fused together. You understand? They born like that. You understand? And that's what a unicorn is. If you want to explain, a unicorn is a sheep or a ram. You understand? The modern day, the myth image of the uniform comes from ancient tribes, ancient Israelite tribes in Mesopotamia, putting the armor on their horses, including a horn sticking out the head. The armor, the head armor, the horn would stick out. So that's where it comes from. And so that's it. So these other questions, I'm gonna save for next week, you die. The other ones. So with that, I'm gonna end the class. What's that? A few minutes early. I want to say Tawada and Shalom for tuning in. Akim, Akwaf, again, send in your questions. Send in your questions. I know it's a couple of questions also that I didn't get to. We get shout out to Las Vegas, ISUBK, Nevada, Captain Gadalhar, Officer Shabal. They did it up real big, and all the brothers and sisters that helped them, man, put together the event we just came from in Las Vegas, Nevada, man. We had a great time. You understand? And so, we got back kind of late because of the flights and different things. And, so it's a couple of questions I didn't get to. and a couple I saw, but I'll have it for you next week, Lord willing. You understand? With that, what's next? We got a High Holy Day coming up, right?
Feast of Dedication.
Feast of Dedication, man. Hanukkah. You understand? The Feast of Lights. When is it? You know?
November 28th.
November 28th. So that's coming up soon, man. When you all the Israelite schools, the UPK, you brothers and sisters, you decorate them schools, man, every year. We're gonna bring it out in the scriptures also. You decorate the schools, refresh everything, make it look beautiful again all over again every year. You understand? That's Israelite tradition. You understand? We just redo the school and put new ornaments up and make everything shiny and make it beautiful for the Feast of Dedication. You understand? You can decorate your homes, all of that. You understand? It's going to be a beautiful thing coming up. Also, the venue. Go on Facebook. The venue for Passover is coming up. Also, you understand? We're going to be in Cocoa Beach, Florida, getting it in at a place called the Space Coast Convention Center. You understand? We're going to do it big. April 15th and April 16th, the Lord's Passover and the Lord's Feast of Unleavened Bread. And so the hotel is right there next to it, same address. It's I think it's a Holiday Inn right next to the part of the Space Coast Convention Center. We're gonna have that spot. We're gonna have the whole place, man, to ourselves from April 14th, I believe. April 14th, April 15th, and April 16th. And they're gonna honor the cost, the lesser cost for those hotel rooms 3 days prior to that and 3 days after the 16th. So we're going to get it in, man. You understand? You're going to wake up from your bed in the hotel and Passover going to be right next door. So we ain't going to be a lot of having to travel and all those things. It's going to be off the hook. So start making your reservations, take off, do what you got to do, and we're going to do it up big. With that, I'm going to say Shalom Israel, Tawada, the priest and officer, Yediah, and priest and officer, Iban Hayah. Shalom.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on stopping, got this bitch off the hand, got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. Hey. One West, one West, one West, one West, one West. Coming up on my
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't Never feeling third, little nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cod. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas